monomials and factoring. Prime numbers. Prime numbers can only be divided by the number 1 and itself. Examples of prime numbers are numbers such as 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, and they continue. Composite numbers. Composite numbers can be divided by more than 2 numbers. Examples of composite numbers are numbers such as 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, 21, and they continue. Example number 1. We're going to factor the number 90. When we find factors of 90, we have to think of numbers that will divide, two numbers that can divide 90. So if I think of two numbers that can divide 90, I know for sure that if I multiply 9 and 10, 9 times 10 will give me 90. So then, since 9 can still be divided, I think of two numbers that can divide 9. Two numbers that divide 9 are 3 and 3. Can I divide those 3's anymore? No, I can't. These are prime numbers. So I'm done on this side of my factor tree. On the other side of my factor tree, I still have that number 10. Can I still simplify that 10, or can I break this down even more? Yes, I can. I know that if I divide 10 by 2, I also get 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. Can I break down this 2 even more? Is there another number that will divide 2? No, there isn't. Is there a number that will divide 5 other than itself? No, there isn't. So these numbers are also prime numbers. So we can't factor them anymore. So my factors of 90 are 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. Example number 2. This time we're going to factor 80. So in order to factor 80, I think of numbers that will divide 80. I have to start with two numbers. Two numbers that, if I multiply them together, give me 80 are 8 and 10. I asked myself, can I factor out 8? Is there any other number times itself that will give me 8? Yes, there is. If I factor out 2 and a 4, if I multiply 2 times 4, that will give me 8. So now I ask myself, Can I factor out 2? Is there anything other than itself and 1 that I can be divided by? No, there isn't. So I can't factor out 2 anymore. So I'm done factoring on that end. So I continue with 4. Can I factor out 4? Well, I asked myself, 2 times 2 will give me 4. So then yes, I can factor out 4. But can I factor out these 2's? No, I can't. So these are my prime numbers and I'm done factoring right there. Now I go over to 10. Can I factor out 10? Well, if I multiply 2 times 5, that gives me 10. Can I factor out 2? No, I can't. What about 5? Can I factor 5 out anymore? No, I can't. Those are prime numbers, so they can't be divided by anything else other than 2 and itself, so I'm done. So the factors of 80 are, well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 2's. So I write 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And then I have this 5, so now I write times 5. So factors of 80 are 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. And when I multiply these 5 digits out, I get 80 once again. Example number 3. Prime factorization of a monomial. I have the monomial negative 12 a squared b to the third. I have to factor out this monomial. So I'm going to split it up. I have negative 12, I have a squared, and then I have b to the third. So when I factor out negative 12, factors of negative 12, in other words, 2 numbers that when multiplied together give me negative 12, are negative 1 and 12. I asked myself, can these be factored out anymore? Well, if I look at negative 1, can I factor out anything else from negative 1? No, this is a prime number, so I'm done right here. But now I ask myself about 12. Can I factor out 12? Well, if I ask myself, 2 numbers when multiplied together that give me 12, 3 and 4, work. Can I factor anything else out of 3? No, I'm done there, so this is my prime number. But what about 4? Can I factor anything out of 4? Yes, I can. I know 2 times 2 is 4. But I can't factor anything else out of 2. Why? Because the 2 is a prime number. So I'm done right there. Now in my next spot, a squared, factors of a squared. When I multiply 2 numbers together that give me a squared, well, the only ones are a and a. And so I can't factor out a. I can't factor the a's out anymore. I'm done. Now with the b third. Factors of b to the third. Well, if I multiply b times b squared, that gives me b to the third. But I can't factor out b anymore. So this is done. But with that b squared, 2 numbers multiplied together that give me b squared, b times b. And since my b's are prime, I can stop there. So the factors of negative 12a squared b to the third would be negative 1 times, have 2 2's, so I'll put 2 times 2, that 3, 2 a's times a times a, and then I have 3 b's times b times b times b.